Hey there. So I promised that we were going to talk about the MySpace launch chart. And the first thing I noticed, again, we are dealing with another project launch that was done during a Mars retrograde. This is a business astrology no-no. Any kind of project you have, you don't ever want to launch during a Mars retrograde. Mars is our action, it's our energy, it's how our dynamics, right? It's how we approach things, it's our passions, our desires, our wants. And when we're in that retrograde thing, it's not a good time to launch. It's a good time to reflect and reassess things, as you do with every retrograde cycle. Depending on the themes is depending on what planets are retrograding. For instance, as I'm recording this right now, Mercury is retrograde. So you're going to be reflecting on how you're communicating, how you're processing, how you're listening. And it's all in the sign of Leo, which is ruled by the heart. So let's get into this chart. I'm going to grab my notes real quick. They're right behind me. So the first thing I noticed right off, that Mars retrograde in Pisces. I don't have a time because I don't know what time they bought the domain. This is when they bought and launched MySpace. The Sun is conjunct Venus in Leo. Let me move my head so you can see. It's also opposing this Neptune. So you have like your Sun is like your vitality, and it does the best in Leo, right? It's like your will, your identity, your vitality, but it's opposing Neptune, which is like the fog and dissolving boundaries, and it makes everything like cloudy and boundaryless, but it's opposing your identity. So, and it's also in the sign of Aquarius, which is cerebral. It's all about mind and thought. So it's clouding our perspective in a sense, and putting maybe in the case of MySpace, putting a glamourness or that high Hollywood glam that makes you want to post yourself in all your glory on the MySpace days. So like that is actually a good aspect, that Sun opposite Neptune. It supports like what you would do on the MySpace platform, especially with finding music, because you have the Sun conjunctions of Venus, and Venus rules music as well as Pisces rule music. And Venus is in Leo, so we are talking about dynamic fire initiatory energy, and that is opposing Neptune, air, cerebral energy, right? Okay, the next thing I have written down is we have a Virgo moon, and it is trining the North Node at 26 degrees Taurus. We have a Saturn in Cancer opposition to Chiron in Capricorn. I thought this was an interesting aspect. Chiron is our wounded healer, and it's in Capricorn. We're having this push-pull energy of who owns the music, how are we going to continue to digitize music, are we going to continue supporting our artists that we love by purchasing the music, or is it going to go back to this more intimate relationship that we had with these artists? Because MySpace broke down the barrier from artist and fan. You could like literally DM your favorite band back in the day, and I find this very interesting because we do have Mars and Pisces, which makes everything kind of Pisces is very like just swimmy, and it is opposing Mercury, the way we speak, the way we process, and how we are reacting. So that Virgo Pisces axis with Mars and Mercury is another interesting aspect for MySpace itself. I also see that Pluto is trining Jupiter. So Pluto in Sagittarius is trining Jupiter in Leo. That is a fire trine. That's good dynamic energy. That's also transformative, expansive energy. So things are changing rapidly. Fire signs are initiatory. They happen very faster. And I know y'all have been feeling this now that we've had all these outer planets enter fire and air signs, right? We've been in a lot of earth and water, a lot of feminine energy, and now everything's like picking back up pace, right? So when we look at that from MySpace charts perspective, yeah, MySpace changed the game, and it was messy and chaotic, but that was like what was awesome about MySpace. Like, you would get on there and look on your wall and see like where your friends, what shows they were going to, what shows they were supporting, uploading songs, sharing band flyers, where y'all are going to be like that weekend. It was very much pre-Tumblr, and a lot, like I said on the podcast, a lot more chaotic. On top of that, like, we have Uranus opposing Mercury in itself. That's that whole like Pisces Virgo axis, where Mercury is in its home sign of Virgo. Mercury loves being a Virgo. Loves. Yes, it's also ruled by Gemini, but you have to realize Mercury is a more of an androgynous sign, so it likes that feminine energy of Virgo and not that masculine air energy of Gemini. But they are ruled by both, so I just want to be clear on that. So that Mercury opposition to Uranus in Pisces, Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So what's interesting there is they're opposing one another, opposite push-pull energy. So are you gonna go with are there gonna be upsets in how you communicate and put yourself out there online? Yes, there were total hiccups and things like that on MySpace. The top 8 drama, for instance, that's another hiccup, quote unquote. That definitely goes back to that Sun conjunction, but that Mercury and Leo right there, that discernment, I think that really added the top 8 drama on top of this opposite Uranus. And I believe that is also within orb of being opposite of Mars. So that would make it more dramatic, and also in the sign of Pisces, Mars can get kind of messy, right? The part of Pisces and it's retrograde. That's interesting. But if I missed anything, I don't think I covered everything. Like, there's a Mercury sextile to Saturn. That's really good for communicating and doing things efficiently and learning lessons about communication. But it's a sextile. You have to kind of tap into this energy. And this is all based on when MySpace went live. So if I missed anything, please comment down below. Peace. I will talk to y'all later.